What's up, guys? It's another day and welcome back to Zero Balance Builds on YouTube. Today I have all of my real world work done already. It's only about 10 a.m. So back to trying to get this bus, the fire pit I built for somebody, back to trying to get this bus together today. This is my goal. I want to have engine, transmission set back in here, remote fill done on the fuel cell, battery tied down, hooked up, everything back here done, engine trans back in, and be ready to run lines from the front back to here for the hydraulic clutch setup so that this thing can finally be mobile, because I'm tired of it sitting here in the same spot. I've been saying this for weeks. It needs to move. It's been super busy with real world work, which also the shop needs cleaned up today. But I'm caught up and I'm going to devote some time to getting this bus moving, because you guys are tired of watching the same video over and over, I'm sure, and you want to see it cranked up and heading out. So let's get cracking. Okay, so I've been going back and forth on what to do about remote fill for this fuel cell. It has this filler hole on top, which I went ahead and removed to see what I'm working with. I was planning on putting something on the side. I don't feel entirely comfortable cutting a hole in the side, making up everything that's got to go in. I don't know exactly how to go about if I want to do that or not. Maybe. First thing I want to try though, and then if it doesn't work I can just cap it back off and then cut a hole in the side, reuse the same pieces. But first thing I'm going to do is remake this piece with a 2-inch bung. This is an 1.5 inch cap. I'm going to remake this piece with a 2-inch bung and use this Gates fuel filler hose I found in the reject pile on Amazon Warehouse for a couple bucks. 2-inch diameter, has a nice bend in it. I think if I lop it off I can get a tight enough 90 to come off of here and then run my fuel filler into without having to cut up the fuel cell. So I have some 2-inch diameter DOM tubing. This place really is a disaster, it needs cleaned up. I'm going to do that today. 2-inch diameter DOM tubing, lop off a piece of that. I'm going to cut a plate on the CNC that is the same dimensions as this. I'm going to weld that tube onto that plate, bolt it onto this fuel cell, and attempt to run straight up the side to get to my factory fuel filler location. So that's what I'm going to do first. Alright, so cut the plate and then just basically put the original filler on top, drill 2 holes to hold everything in place, basically use it as a template, drill the rest of these holes out, and then weld this piece of 2-inch tube. Misspoke, said it was DOM, it's actually HREW, there's the seam. So weld that on, put the hose in, Bob's your uncle, you got a fuel filler. Alright, and here is the updated remote fill. Ready to go. Right on there. Obviously there's a gasket under it, and then there's a ring underneath that holds it all in. Welded it nice and hot. Actually tweaked it a little bit. I'm going to throw it in the press and straighten her up just a touch. But you get the idea. This thing will not focus for nothing today. Anyhow, so you get the idea. So that's what I'm working with. Alright, so here's what I ended up with. We have the Gates hose, and then run up, ended up notching out the floor, and then took the original fuel filler neck. Yeah, took that original fuel filler neck, notched it and welded it into a piece of 2-inch tube. Ran that into there and into the tank. So the tank is finally mounted, well, plumbed, ready to go. I just need to make a quick cover for this again, but similar to what's already here, so that's not a big deal. Just a quick little piece of 20 gauge fabbed up and welded in place, and that'll be done. So big hurdle I've been chasing for a while out of the way. So move on now to mounting the tank and mounting the battery, and then I'll be ready to slide the engine and transmission back in. Alright, so moving right along, just made this quick bracket, bolted down through the package tray, just a couple pieces of angle iron, some strap, put bends in the strap to put tension on everything, and bolted down, and then it has the fuel cell. Now, it doesn't sound like it because it does still wiggle a little bit. I'm going to throw a piece of rubber underneath it real quick. I have some thick rubber somewhere out here, right there by the trooper. Some thick rubber mat. Just going to throw underneath it just so it doesn't have any resonance, and also if anything gets rubbed through, there's no electrolysis between the tank and the steel. But really, things are looking pretty good there. So I'm going to do that rubber mat real quick, get this back up in the air, pull out all of the shift linkages so I can replace all of the bushings in the shift linkage, and then I will be ready to set the engine and transmission back in. Actually, first need to make a bracket for the I'm losing my mind, slave cylinder on the clutch, and actually need to pull the transmission off the engine real quick because it needs the correct throwout bearing installed and the shaft freed up. So I need to do that. New bushings in there, and then everything is ready to go back in. Alright, so slave cylinder mounted up. Stupid easy. So the boss is where the Bowden tube bracket was. Almost the perfect length. I just took the original adjustment for this Heim joint, the original screw. I was able to cut it in half, and it ended up being the perfect piece size of all thread. And then I just jam nutted this into here. I thought about making a bushing, but it's short enough that I don't see any issue pressure wise with this bending or anything happening. If it does, I can cut it apart and put a bushing in here, and if I need to, there's another boss down here. I could put it in double shear if needed, but I don't think it'll be an issue. And this all mounted up, I think we're gonna have good access here to bleeder and brake line, or yeah, hard line that gives the fluid back to this. So good to go. So pop the transmission back off the engine, install throwout bearing, clean up this shaft and get it working nice, and it will be ready to jam back in there. Alright, engine and trans are set back in. Upgraded to a grade 5 nut and bolt for the motor mounts, so those are all set. Pulled off the hinges, which I had to torch them off. Well, heat with a torch. The hinges for the deck lid, I'm going to attempt to drill out all of the hardware that was there because it was trashed and replace those. And then I picked up these little dudes. Sorry, I'm using no light here because it's dark as heck out here. Picked up these little dudes. I showed those flush mount things that were garbage previously. So, cool little ball and push button socket, aluminum, just lost half of it. And these were only like 17 bucks, but they're way better made and feel a lot heavier duty. I can think of a ton of really cool applications you could use these for. So, pretty stoked to find these. I might look on like AliExpress and see if I can buy them like 50 at a time because they are just super cool little pins. So, pretty stoked to get those. So basically, what needs to happen now is I need to fix that deck lid, put the cross member back in, get the pins on the deck lid, and that'll all be done back here. I need to order all of the hard lines to do the clutch master cylinder. And I guess I didn't talk about what I had out. Starter's mounted back up, new throwout bearing, all that stuff is done. So that's all set, and basically just need to now focus on getting hard lines run back here. I need to drag my junk box thing, Volkswagen thing out and pull the rear drums off of it so I can get rear drums on this and see if I can get this thing mobile. And with the hard lines, I think conceivably it will be drivable. Like, can get up in it and actually start it, push in the clutch, and get it to move under its own power. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So that's the game plan. But that's everything that's gotten knocked out so far. Here's what we're working with for hinges. As you can see, pin just broken off. Not real sure what happened here. I guess it probably just wore out from lack of lubrication and then seized. Don't really know. I've never seen one this toasted. I've seen them worn out before from just turning back and forth, but or maybe it was seized and somebody yanked on it. I don't know. But I'm going to chuck them open the vise and attempt to drill them out. Okay, got them all drilled out and bolted back in place. Thought I had some rolled pins laying around, but I didn't. And also decided, since I'm going to have this lid on and off about 100 times to make it easier, I just went straight dune buggy and flopped these in there, quick release style. I actually don't hate them, and I might come up with just a regular, like a hitch pin type, I guess. I know what they're called, but I can't think right now because I'm tired. So anyhow, that'll do it for that. At least this thing works again. It's not falling off. Then I went ahead and put the cross member back in again. And now tomorrow I will make some brackets to hold these little pins to hold the engine lid shut. So these will be on the inside, they'll push through, and then these dudes will just mount flush right here, and we'll have an engine lid retaining clip thing, engine hood pins. There you go. It's been a long day. So I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes and everybody that's been following on Instagram and everything else that's going on. Going to go ahead and order everything to set up the clutch master cylinder and slave cylinder, get the line for it and all the fittings I need so that I can get that done. And with any kind of luck, get the floor and everything. I think that tomorrow I'll probably pull the junk thing up, strip it out, to get the parts I need for the back of this, to get the wheels back on, so I can roll the whole shebang backwards and get access to the front floor and start redoing all that stuff. So that's where we're at. I appreciate everybody watching, and have a good one.